Okay, so here's one part of the ledge. As you can see, I've attempted to wax this in the past to minimal success. There's one on this side as well as one on this side that I'm looking to do. And so, like I said, this is part of a school that is no longer in use. This is one thing that I do admire about older schools. They have character versus what I see in modern schools, which pretty much look like modern day prisons. So yeah, this is one of those places where they had a lot of character to it. And like, this is a plaza that goes over the road, as you can see right there, that leads into what is part of their functioning part way over there in the distance, that big brick building. But this half is no longer in use. So I've decided that I'm going to make some useful skate spots out of these two ledges, mainly because it's got a roof over it. So even in a rainy day, I could possibly use this. Alright, so here's what you're going to need for this project. First and foremost, this is called a rub brick. You can get them at most major hardware stores. I ordered mine online because the hardware stores we have here just didn't have them. But this is about 12 bucks. This is what you're going to use to rub down the concrete to get a nice smooth finish instead of the gristled stuff that you see here. And then after you've rubbed it down, you're going to have a lot of dust, so you're going to need something to brush away all of that dust to make sure that when you get to the waxing part or the application of the sealant, that it doesn't lay on there. The next big thing, and this is the most crucial part, you're going to need a sealer. I recommend Eagle Supreme Seal. It is a solvent-based concrete sealer. It gives you high gloss, non-yellowing. It's clear. That's the big thing, clear for me. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take a brush and you're going to lay it across here, and I like to make sure that it doesn't look like it's been vandalized. I mean, you technically are vandalizing, even though it's for improvement, as far as I'm concerned. But I would recommend sticking with clear. It's going to give it a wet look, and it's going to take a while to dry, so I'm not going to be able to skate this today, but when I come back, it'll look really good. So let's go through the steps. Alright, so you can notice I've gotten a start here. I'm definitely smoothing out all that granular stuff. It's going to need at least one more pass. One thing you do have to remember, make sure you get this edging pretty decent. And you only have to lightly go across the bottom edge. Usually when masons make concrete ledges like this is all tend to be smoothed out to begin with. They usually only tend to make this stuff with grit because it's so it has that tendency, like no one's going to slip and fall on it. But on the side, you don't worry about that sort of thing. But here, they usually run a brush over to give you some sort of texture, or they'll throw in, if it's a lesser grade concrete, there'll be like a lot of little stones and whatnot. So probably one more pass on this, and this will be smooth enough, ready to go. Alright, now one of the important things to note when you're doing your rubbing down and your so one of the things you want to notice when you're rubbing down is the importance of dusting that stuff off, because you can start to see your progress, yes, but also like patches that you may have missed that you need to go over, just so you have a nice smooth finish. Apparently the masons that were in charge of this were using some really cheap stuff. This is a really low mix of rock and actual concrete. Like, this is either a rush job or they use substandard material. Thank you for the 3 months that I had working as a mason tender chuck. I've learned so much. But yeah, those spots that you didn't really get are going to be here, so you got to make sure that you brush those down so this is feeling smooth. Like even right now, even what I've done feels pretty baby smooth. So when I apply the sealant, it's going to be so nice. All right, so now for the fun painting part. So make sure you got a screwdriver to pop open your lid, because that's going to be important. The sealer looks like that. Even though I think it's already pre-mixed, ready to go, it's a solvent, just because my painting nature, I'm still gonna run a wooden stick through here just to mix it up to make sure, and then we're gonna apply. Seeing as how you're a rollerblader and you don't need that much space thanks to frames and things of that nature, you only need like a 6-inch roller and a nice applicator like this. Should get the job done. So let's get to work. Alright, so I did it, and what this does, what this sealant will do, will make this concrete just like the concrete that you would see at a skate park. You know how smooth that can be? That's exactly what this stuff does. So I gotta let this stuff dry, and the next time I come out here, I will wax this up just a bit, because that's really all it should take, and then I will have a session on it. So there you go. So there you have it. That's how you get a ledge spot ready. Hopefully when I come back and I can wax it up, it'll be sliding like a dream. A couple of reminders though, make sure that whenever you do this, you're playing with a solvent, so make sure there's no open flames, and make sure you're in a well ventilated area, because the solvent can get you high. So make sure you're in a lovely open area space. Fortunately, it's a windy day here for me, so it's not that bad. The other thing that I'm going to tell you now is make sure that wherever you're doing this, it's someplace that no one's going to care. Like I said, I'm in an abandoned school. Nobody's going to care that I have improved the lifespan of some concrete. If they do, there's something seriously wrong with them. So, yeah. So hopefully when we come back to this, it will look and skate pretty decently. So fast forward, maestro. Alright, so I have added a second coat just to be sure, because I hadn't had a chance to really do anything with this for well over a week, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to add a second coat just to be sure, and let's give this a test. That is no effort. That is now already slick. But because I am weird like that, I'm also going to give this a coat of wax. Because that's what you do, right? Let's see how well this goes. I would consider that a success.
didn't add too much wax to it, and slides pretty well. The only thing I can really complain about is the runway. It's pretty cratered. There's nothing I can do about that, but still, hey, works. I'm happy. So if you got a place in town that you just see as being a great skate spot that just needs a little bit of work, that's a good way to do it. Just like I said earlier, make sure that it's someplace where nobody is anymore, so people don't throw fits about vandalism and things like that. But yeah, do all the things on the social media junk, whatever we want, whatever we're calling it nowadays, on the Hoobajubes of Instagram, Roller Geezer, and Horsemetal Media on Facebook, and I will see you next time.